Hi everybody and welcome back to Amazing Tech for All. Today we'd like to talk about Nextcloud. This is a tool that will allow you to break free from the grip of big tech. It will allow you to share documents, edit documents, collaborate, share pictures, save your own pictures, all on your own infrastructure. Nextcloud allows you to control your own data. You load it onto your own infrastructure. You can share it with the world. You can have meetings. You can have calendars and a ton of other features based on plugins. So today I will show you the installation process of how to get Nextcloud running on your own server. I have already prepared a machine that we can use. So I'm going to go to a terminal. Now we will set up Nextcloud. So I've already prepared a compose file for Nextcloud. Let's just take a look and see if it's there, and there it is. So my preference is to put this in its own little folder. So I'm going to make a folder, mkdir Nextcloud. Then I'm going to move this file, the compose file, into Nextcloud. Then I'll go into the Nextcloud folder, and here we can take a look at the content of that file. So let's just do that. Okay, so you can see to install Nextcloud, you will need a database. In this case, it'll be MariaDB. There's a few little commands and so on that we'll be using on MariaDB. To save the content of the database, we will need a place to store the database. This is the volume. Let me just maximize the screen. And here we will set up a couple of passwords and so on. Right. Then we will use Redis, which is really useful because it's a high-speed database for caching. And then the application itself will be Nextcloud, and it will be the Apache version. So there is Nextcloud running on Nginx as well. We can use that also. And in all these cases, we will say that when the machine restarts or the container restarts, you will always restart the image or the container. So here we go. That goes for Redis as well. Here we are listening for the Apache. We are Nextcloud application. We are listening on port 8080. This is the volume where it will be stored, and this is the database that it's going to be using. All right. We'll then go further down here. We'll see there's a cron job that we'll be running just to do regular checks, and then this is the volumes defined for Nextcloud. Okay, so we're gonna escape this, get out of the file, which is a vi command, and let's just clear the screen again. And now we will run docker compose up-d. Okay. I still need to have the environmental variable files. So let's get that as well. Copy that file for us for now, and I'll get back to you in a second. There, I have now copied the file for the database. Let's just take a look at that. The database environment variables. It's called db.env, and we can just take a look at what's inside that file. This is the MySQL database password and the username and the name of the database. So it's just a random password that is there. It's insecure. Don't use that, whatever you do. Okay. So now we will run the command docker compose up-d. Let's see. This user does not have permission to run the Docker environment. So let's grant it permission. Let's just do that. So hopefully that was the correct password. Nope. Let's do that. So we'll go -a, capital G. The command is docker. The group is docker, and we'll make it user1. So now we're going to exit here and exit here one more time. And when we go in again, that user should have permissions. So let's just clear the screen, and we will type in docker ps this user now has the correct permissions. So let's go cd Nextcloud, and we will type in Docker. Let's confirm that the file is there, and we will go Docker compose up -d. Right there, it is pulling the 3 images, and once it's pulled the image, it will start the container. This is going to take a little bit of time, but when the container is started, we will be able to access this via the web browser. So let's give that a bit of time, and I'll get back right back once it's up and running. Now that the images are finished pulling, we expect it to start running in the next few seconds. Okay, good news. It looks like everything started. Let's check if everything is in a healthy state. Let's go Docker ps. Let's see. This computer is having a bit of difficulty because it's a bit slow, but everything seems to be up and in a running state. So the IP address of Nextcloud will be running on the 192.168.122.35 address, and it will be listening on port 8080. So let's confirm that that's true. Let's go on to http //192.168.122.35 port 8080. Let's see. Now, the process may take a little longer because there's still a lot of activity going on. If you want to see what the progress is, you can run. Let's just take another look. Everything's still in a healthy state, just up for about a minute. So the database needs to be created. The application will only start because it depends on the database being complete. So we can run the command docker compose logs -f, and this will give us an indication of all the activities that's going on in the background while we are waiting for the application to start up. So here you can see that the database is ready and listening. Let's take a look. This may still take some time. Let's try again, and there we go. We now have Nextcloud up and running. So we need to create an administrative account for the installation to start. So let's type in admin here. I'll just give it a password. As I was saying earlier, password is too weak. Okay, let's give it a nice long one. And that should do it. It's going to ask me for the database. Or maybe not. Maybe it will just take the credentials from before. Yeah, so now we are populating the database, and all the application is going to start up once the database is fully populated. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit of time, but once it's up and running, we will have a fully fledged operating Nextcloud instance running on our own little Ubuntu Linux server. That's setting up the recommended apps. Hopefully it gets to all of it. I have one installation that failed one of the recommended apps. Hopefully this will go through quickly. If we look at the logs now, you will see there's a lot of other activities that's going on in the background as the application loads. So, could not fetch the list of apps from the App Store. I think we can just refresh this page. Let me just, I think if we just go back to here, we may be able to connect to Nextcloud. And here is our little dashboard, and it continues on. Yes, we can go through this. You can find the app to run it on. That's fine as well. Nextcloud. Yes. And here we go. We got started with Nextcloud as a normal application. We can customize this to have a variety of additional features. We can add the weather. You can check your status, recent statuses, I suppose, the recent activities, favorite files. It will then all build into a dashboard over here. So you can check, you can set your application for weather, and here will be additional applications. So this is a useful place to add more applications. And here you can add, once you click on the more apps, it will take you to where you can actually install additional apps. So these are disabled apps that come standard with Nextcloud, but there's a ton more that you can use, including mail and calendars and so on. Let's see, what is the Office applications? Yeah, you can make documents, and you'll be able to make spreadsheets and ton more. So that was a quick overview of how to install Nextcloud onto your own server. Next time around, we will look at the features of Nextcloud. Well, thank you very much, and we'll see you next time.